Boom! What's up, my friends? Very excited that you're here. First of all, I am fighting a little bit of a cold. I'm sorry I sound a little bit stuffy. But yesterday's training, did you like it? Good crap, right? That's some stuff that will change your life right there, right? Fantastic stuff. Very excited that you're here. Again, this is my favorite week. And thank you so much for taking it seriously. I know that this is not small content lengths, okay? We know the challenge is challenging just by the nature of the content itself. Most of the time, here's the challenge, right? The challenge is that you have to learn how to be a funnel builder and marketer to actually pull this off, and attractive character, and right? There's a lot of things that we're throwing out at you. One of the things that makes ClickFunnels so powerful is the fact that it's a sandbox. Okay, I can get in there and I can make anything I want. Okay, that's powerful, but it's also very scary if you have no idea what the heck you're doing, right? And then people come back like, funnels are a scam. It's like, no, you're not a marketer, okay? So that's the issue that we are trying to solve by helping you guys walk through this. Look, the funnel isn't the problem. In fact, most of the time when I've seen people's funnels, that's not the issue. It's good enough to make sales. The thing that's stopping them is they have no idea, number one, how to sell. They have no idea how to make offers, and they have no idea how to get traffic. Okay, that's really the purpose of this, is like a snapshot for each one of those things. So just stay the course, stay with it, hold your feet to the fire, feel a little discomforted, just keep moving forward with this, okay? Anyway, which is it's super powerful stuff. It's changed a lot of people's lives. Okay, it's still scary. I totally get it, anyway, yeah. Hey, real quick though, just to caveat off of that a little bit of what we went on yesterday, publishing really will change your life. Okay, the script that I'm using, like I said, it's the Epiphany Bridge script. Publishing, though, is like the thing that will develop you and find your voice faster than anything else you can imagine. Just be willing to suck a little bit. And you know what's funny is a lot of times we don't actually have anybody following us for a while when we're first starting out, so there should be a lot of fear. If you're like, man, I was really bad, don't worry, like 6 people watched. You know what I'm saying? Just like melt the pressure away and say, all right, I don't care about that anymore. Let's just be real about the numbers and how we are. So it's fine. You just kind of do it. Someone says scary to start. I just started my podcast. Hey, Born to Suck. No, Born to Suck at first, and then after a while, Born to Win. How many of you guys went and you actually did, like you recorded something yesterday, whatever platform you decided to choose? You went on. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yeah, so tested out Anchor, just did it. Cool, awesome, guys. Recorded Facebook Live, throat clear, went to and freaked out. It's all good. It's all good. It's part of it. I love it. Hey guys, that's awesome. You put it on YouTube, you tried it. Noah's massive sore throat and croaky. I totally get it. I'm fighting something myself here. Hey, real quick before we go and get started though, I just want to tell you guys real fast. And if you guys have ever heard this before, please don't ruin the story. Okay. My wife, how many of you guys have been trying this for a few years? Like, internet game in general? All right, a lot of us. A number. Okay, yeah, okay. A lot of us. Trying it for a number of years and may not have had success with it yet, or may have had some varying levels, a degree of success. I've told you guys a little bit of my story. I went and it was 12 tries over the course of 3 or 4 years, wasted thousands of dollars, and it was very embarrassing. It was challenging. It was hard for me to not get down about myself, have somewhat of an identity crisis, right, in like a negative way, and it was hard. And I remember around business try number around 6, 7, 8, it was one of those times. My wife and I were at our dollar menu date, okay? And we went to this dollar menu date, and it was hard. Okay, it was challenging. It was challenging to know that what we were going through, she was volunteering to do so, right? And I was purposefully not getting a job because of the entrepreneur dream. Babe, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna make it, right? And we've all done that before, okay? And I was like, man, it has to work. I don't have another choice. And out of love, my wife would start asking things like, is this the one? Right? That question drives you a little crazy, right? Is this the one? And you're trying to stay tough. And you're trying, absolutely. Right on the outside, you're saying, absolutely, babe. Ain't nothing but a thing. I got it. Right? And on the inside, you're freaking out. Oh my gosh. I hope this is the one. Oh no. Please. Right? And I was going through that. Okay, and people were asking me, well, is this the one? Maybe you should just go get a job to supplement while you're trying to figure out the entrepreneurial thing. And I was like, and I'm trying to trying to stay tough, trying to stay open and very vulnerable, teachable, coachable, running hard, and that's hard, right? That sucks. And I remember this particular time, right? We're at our dollar menu date, and my wife starts asking me that question. Understandably, right? I would too. Is this the one? Like, do we need a plan on? You see what I'm saying? And what was interesting is, I told her, absolutely, no, I got it, totally fine. And inside, I'm freaking out, and I was like, I need more help. And so I remember this one day, I was walking out of class. I was walking out of class, and I was feeling particularly down. I was working out. I was working hard. I was getting all my homework done very quickly so I could build funnels the rest of the time and go launch businesses and try and get money. Like, I was actually actively trying to sell. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. I was actively doing it, okay? Not just talking about it. And it was raining, and I'm walking down the street. And as I'm walking down the street, all the weight and pressure of what I had been trying to do and not pulling off was just on my head. And I was like, man, I tried this and I tried that, and I followed this guru and I'm doing exactly what this guy said. And I spent a little money here so I could get investment. And it wasn't, nothing was happening. Okay? That's really hard. And it's the reason I'm so passionate and motivated about this. Okay? And I'm walking down the street and it's raining straight from a movie. And I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, come on. I'm feeling down and it's raining. Like, come on. And I'm walking around with my backpack, walking out of class, trying to defend my honor in the face of other heckling students, because there weren't many other people in all of college who were trying to do what I was doing, even in the business degrees, which was weird. And I was walking out, and it wasn't working. And I'm walking, and I look down the street, and there's a guy sitting on this. There's a guy sitting on a bench a ways off, and I walk kind of fast. I was in the Army, and I knew how to walk like an officer, which is like a half run, right? You just walk quick, right? And I look down the way a little bit, and there's a guy sitting on a bench, kind of at almost like a bus stop. There was one of those like canopy things, so he wasn't getting rained on, but he's reading a book. And even from a distance, I could tell that the dude was just wearing wealth, like his watch was easily worth more money than I had made the last 2 years combined. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just tell. The kind of an older gentleman where a fedora actually looked good, right? And I'm walking on up, and I see this dude a ways off, and I'm walking up, and all these things are on my mind, and the rain slowly starts to stop and part, and the clouds kind of start to go and disappear a little bit, and I was like, good grief, like, oh, sure enough, there's the bird chirping, like, you know what I mean? I was like, come on. And it's getting humid because of all the rain and the humidity that was there. Anyway, I'm walking up. I start getting closer to this guy, and this limo pulls up. Okay? This limo pulls up and pulls in front of the old man, the old gentleman, and this dude with unnaturally straight posture opens up the door, of his door, walks around the front of it, very, very straight posture, walks around and opens up this door for the limo for the guy sitting down on the bench there, and does this little half bow, right? He's this little half bow thing, and and he looks up, and you could tell that there was a relationship there. Obviously, it wasn't just a stranger. It looked like Anyway, and I'm starting to get close. I'm walking up. I'm starting to get close to this whole scene that's unraveling in front of me, and I'm a very observant guy, and so I'm like, what is what's happening here? And the guy closes the book, he stands up, and he walks, gets in the car, and as they go and start closing the door, something in me said, "Run!" And so I started running, and I ran at the dude, and I put my hand in the door, and it slammed, and it would hurt, and I was trying to act like it didn't, and also let them know I wasn't there to kill him. And I was like, hey, what's up? I just got to ask you something pretty serious here. Look, I've been trying this game for a long time. Not just like trying. I mean, I have been failing for the last 3 years. What's the deal? Like, I'm launching businesses. It's not that I'm not trying. I am actively attempting to do this. Why are you not... Why isn't this happening? For me. Right, I'm just asking you because clearly you're doing well, right? I mean, you're driving a limo around all over the place. His watch was like, anyway. And like when nerves kind of settled down and I finally spit out what I was trying to ask him, he kind of put his head down and goes, yeah, I get asked that a lot. I said, I know you got to go somewhere, sure, but like, how do you do that? he was holding this book, and he hands me this book, and he goes, if you will read this book every day for 20 minutes and then apply what you read for the next 40, in 1 year, you will not recognize your life. Guys, that was 2 years ago, and it was this book. Okay? And I was like, I'm gonna put this book down. Okay, so I don't want you to go buy it or anything right now because I got something for you, okay? But I went, and that's exactly what I did. For 20 minutes a day, I would read the book, and then 40 minutes I would apply the book. And I would just, and it was teaching me crap that I couldn't learn. I wasn't learning in my degree. I wasn't learning from anybody else. There's no other guru. It was how this dude had done it. And his book was all marked up. It was all over the place. And I was like, because people saying, hold it up. Just a second. I'm buying this effing book. Hold on, John. Right? And his name was Russell. No, it wasn't. Anyway, I started doing it 20 minutes and then 40 minutes, 20 minutes and 40 minutes every day. That's what I did. And I crafted my day around this. Well, a year went by and I was like, good crap, stuff's starting to work. And it was amazing. Well, I hooked back up with the author of that book. And I said, your book changed my life. And he said, oh, cool. And I told him the story. And he goes, that's amazing. So we actually have this really cool, like, special offer here for you guys, okay? What we're doing is we are, because I'm not going to, hold on. No one go buy it or anything yet, okay? What we're doing is we actually can give you the book, okay? We can give you the book, but if you're like me, I am the world's slowest reader because I stop and I just, like, I think like crazy. It'll take me, like, 3 or 4 months to read a book. It's not that I'm slow at reading. I just read slowly because I can't help it. My brain's too all over the place. You guys can probably tell. So it'll take me forever. So we're going to give you guys the book. We'll also give you guys, like me, we're also giving you guys the audio book. And then I have a problem where I'll go through and I'll read a book, but I read it so slow, or I'll listen to it and I'm listening to it like 2 or 3 times speed. I'll just forget the overarching idea of a chapter sometimes. So I paid for I paid my team. I paid so that they could go in and create a bullet point outline of each chapter, so that you can just look at it and be like, oh sweet, this is what this chapter was about. It's like Cliff Notes. Okay, we made a Cliff Notes for you of the book for each chapter. And then I hate learning without a purpose, so what I did is I went through afterwards that because you read this chapter, you should be able to do this and that. I call them so whats. All right, sweet, you read it, you learn it, who cares? So what? I call them so whats. Okay. So we're going to give you guys those things. And then what we decided to do, and I'm super stoked, we have permission for this now. I have permission to give this to you. This is my own thing. Anyway, in 6 months from now, what we're doing is we're taking 50 people, okay, to the author's house. Okay, he lives in this nice, beautiful area, kind of a mansion. Okay, he's very successful. It's not the guy that was in the car, okay, but a very successful dude. And we're actually going to do, it's 50 people that we have to go sit and hang out in his living room for 2 days and apply the things in the book. The reason we're doing it 6 months from now, so that you guys can go in and actually learn what is, so you can apply, right? You have time to consume and study and take in and absorb the information that's in there. Okay, so we're going to give you guys the book. You guys get the audio book, bullet point outline of each chapter. You guys get the checklist. Okay, this is what you should be able to do now that you've learned that. And then first 50 of you guys, and there's 293 of you on right now, we're actually going to let you guys, it's first come, first serve. So we're going to drop the link in right now, and you guys can jump on and grab the, grab a spot. Sound good? All right, let's go ahead and let's drop the actual book. There's no link. That was all fake. Oh, how about them apples, son? Oh, no way. Holy crap. I'm not a liar. You follow me what I'm getting to right here. Okay? You listen. What did I just do on you? What did I just do? I did the exact reason why most of you are not selling. Okay? You listen to me for just a second. This is the book. I've never read this book. It's a random book off my shelf. Okay? You gotta get that, okay? No one get pissed off, okay? I sell the same story every single time so that no one gets mad, okay? I've had actual people get very mad about this. How many of you guys already went and bought the book? I have sold so many copies of this dude's book, it's ridiculous. I had a stage rush once over that book, okay? You understand what I'm getting at? Did I talk about the chapters of the book? Did I? No! Okay? Did I talk about what's on the... Oh, It's highly recommended by these famous quotes on the back. No! Guys, your product does not sell itself. Okay? Stop the freaking lie that the reason people buy from you is because you have a great product. And Steven, I'm not going to launch for a while because I don't have my product done. Well, okay, that's not why anyone buys from you in the first place. Okay? The purpose of this week is for you to learn how to tell stories that create and amplify value. It has nothing to do with your product. Okay? Does the product have to be good? Of course. Does the product need to fulfill on the promise that you're making? Absolutely. But I lied. No, I didn't. Okay? Yes, that's a completely fake story. Okay? I didn't lie. What I'm doing is I'm trying to tell you guys, if you follow the freaking script called the Epiphany Bridge script, which I just followed in my head, okay? I can grab anything and sell it. It has nothing to do with the product. It has everything to do with the story that you tell. Okay? Products don't sell themselves. Stop the belief that yours does. Okay? You have got to learn. I'm not telling you to go tell stories that are not true. I'm just pulling one out of thin air so you guys can see how I do that. Now, how did I know what kind of story to tell? Why do I know that that's the story that you guys should go learn? Okay? Okay. What parts of the story resonated with you the most? The author is rich. There's a backstory. Wow, I actually love being tricked. Lesson learned. Okay, no one get offended. I've had actual people get offended. Someone at one of my events stood up. They're like, "You shouldn't jerk around with people's emotions." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you're still poor because you think your product is what sells." Okay. Can I be forward? Is that cool? We all thick-skinned today. Stop believing that it's the product. It is not. It is your story. And most of the time, your product is good enough. What you lack is a sales message. I mean story. I mean sales message. It's the same thing. Okay? You guys understand this? Why? How many of you guys resonated with the dollar menu story portion of the story? Yeah, me, love it. I did. Wait, why did I toss that in? Because how many of us have been through that? A lot of us. Ooh, interesting. Okay, how many of you guys resonated with being handed a book that changed your life when you read it? A lot of you. Me, I have. That's why I put an element about it. Okay, how many of you guys, what else resonated with you guys? For a lot of you, I know because you're more analytical, you need the 20 minutes and 40 minutes a day thing. And you're like, oh, what's up? Right, hand in the door, right? Being lost. Okay, I want a limo. Okay, we relate to the characters, the experiences. I knew what you were doing, yet I still was ready to click the link. Yeah, I've told that story many times now. It's the same. Russell's like, dude, you got to stop telling fake stories. I'm like, it's the same fake story, and it is to illustrate a principle because I keep telling people it's not about the product. And then people will be like, I haven't launched yet because I don't have my product done. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with you getting money. That has nothing to do with it. Okay, you've got to take that and destroy that belief. Okay, it is the reason. I'm not telling you to go like bait and switch people. Okay, be ethical, be moral. But what I'm telling you is the product is not what sells stuff. Every product we buy because there was a story and a belief that was attached to the product. Okay, stories install beliefs. Stories amplify value. Story is the sales message. Story is what takes the listener and makes them the protagonist, okay, in an outcome that they hope the product will give them. That is the most powerful thing besides publishing I could ever teach you in this entire challenge. If you suck at funnel building, has nothing to do with tech. I'm not a coder. I have no idea how to code. And yet I was the lead funnel builder at ClickFunnels for 2 years and built almost 500 funnels, and many of them made millions and millions of dollars. What? It's got nothing to do with tech. It's because I'm a good storyteller. I know the script. And what I'm trying to help you guys understand is like, good grief. If there's something I can slap you around with just a little bit here, hear me when I say your ability to make money is directly tied to your ability to market. What is marketing? Marketing is the act of changing beliefs with the intent of a purchase. How do you change beliefs? Storytelling. Okay? Don't lie. But there's a way to tell your stories that react and connect with the people who are listening. How do you know what those are? Ask them. Okay? It's the other reason I publish so much. I'm testing stories. And when I see that somebody has gotten, I have this amazing positive reaction to the story you've told, Steven. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, and That's the only fake story I tell, by the way. So just so you all know, okay? I'm not like yanking your chain over the place. Let me be very open and honest with you. Okay, that is the one that's 100% lied the entire way through that. Okay, it's to illustrate a point though. I've never read that book. I probably should. I've never read it. But I sold it though. What caused value to you in that story? What made you go, oh my gosh, Steven, yeah, okay, you were very convincing. What made it convincing? It was free, so that's part of the offer. How it changed your life, right? I stacked an offer, didn't I? Step by step is emotional, the energy, right? You're a good actor. Not a good actor, I'm just a good storyteller. The emotion, I want to know why I'm not rich yet. There's 2 weeks of coaching. You have credibility. Yes, 100% credibility can definitely do it. You stopped the limo, right? Your honest, best part of the oh, thanks. I could relate. Credibility. We trust you. Okay. Now, what I'm saying, right? And it can take a while. Don't jerk around with the trust people have in you. And please understand that is the only thing that I tell you guys is not true. But what I'm doing is I'm going in, and every time I'm hired by somebody to go craft an offer for their business, or every time I go, right, the offer and the sales message are something that are created and designed at the same time. And it's one of the reasons why people don't sell very well, is because they'll go make an offer and they'll be like, how should I sell it? Like, no. Okay, we're going to craft a sales message. How do I know what the sales message is? The sales message ties into the true stories that I tell. It's the way I tell them, though, that tie into the experiences I know my listener has had. One of the sentences that used to drive me crazy when I was first starting this game is I'd hear all these gurus stand up and they'd start saying things like, hey, you need to join the customer, right? Join the conversation going on in their head. How many of you guys have heard that? Join the conversation already going on inside their head. I was like, cool. That's really sexy of you to say. What in the world does that mean? And I for forever, I was like, I have no idea what that means. Okay. What it means is you're going to go and you're going to learn about the major core stories that people are experiencing in your dream market. Okay. Your dream customer. You're going to start your stories and lace in elements of of things they're experiencing into the script you tell. Hence, dollar menu. Okay. The 2040 thing. Getting handed a book that changed my life. Being asked by my spouse, is this the one that's going to make it? How do I know to tell all that? I guarantee 99% of you have had at least 2 of those experiences in the past. Especially if you've been trying this. And you've been actually actively doing it, right? Does that make sense? I'm going from the place you are. That's the starting point of my story. Now, again, don't lie. Okay? That was a lie. Just I'm trying to tell you, like, look, I can... How many guys believe that you need to believe in the thing that you sell? Right? Yeah, right? I want you to know something. I'm very good at what I do. I can sell crap I don't believe in because of the formula. Okay? I don't do that, but it's the power of what I'm talking about. Please be ethical and moral. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to go in, and what this whole lesson is about and what I'm trying to get at and what I'm trying to, like, look, people get really distracted. They're like, okay, but Steven, how do I change the color of the button in ClickFunnels? I'm like, well, first of all, did you Google it? If you didn't, why on earth are you asking me? Okay, number 2, that's not what's causing or not causing your success. Your ability to go and tell stories in the... That's what this book is about. Drives me crazy when people are like, I'm not doing a webinar, Steven, so Expert Secrets doesn't apply to me. It wasn't about webinars. It wasn't about webinars. I'm not doing an info product, so Expert Secrets doesn't... It's not about info products. This is a book that is about how to sell stuff. It's the script that you should have learned and picked up in here. Okay? I don't care if I'm selling something free, because I still have to sell it. I still got to sell free stuff. Okay? I don't care if I'm selling something free, something high ticket, something in the middle, something low end. I use the script in here to sell every single thing that I do. What do I use? The Epiphany Bridge script mixed with a webinar. Okay? It's not always this full blown out webinar, but I just know that that is what causes desire inside of people's minds. The better you understand behavioral psychology and what makes human beings behave the way they do, the better marketer you will be, the fatter your wallet will get. Cash is the byproduct of marketing, not products. Okay? Cash is the byproduct of marketing. You guys feel me on this? I'm really animated about this one is because I gotta get you to get this. It will change your life. The internet could explode tomorrow. I'll be fine because I can tell stories. Okay? And I've been publishing. And I'm trying to help you understand that that is the real asset that I'm trying to teach you guys inside this entire thing. Get the book, read the page. Yeah. Super, super good. Give yourself permission to suck for all. Just do it. Exactly. Spot on. I got a lot of great stories which I can apply to marketing. Veteran of 4 wars. That's amazing. Thank you very much as well, by the way. What I recommend everybody do, and this is actually something that a lot of famous marketers have done, and the reason why I can go off the cuff. It looks like I'm not. What I've done and what Russell's done and all these guys that everyone follows was something you probably don't understand. Something that they do is they're called story workshops. Okay? Where I'm going to sit down, I'm just going to write stories, my stories. And I'm going to think through my childhood. I'm going to think through what I did yesterday. I'm going to think through this and that, these experiences. And all I'm doing is I'm pulling out interesting things. And if you're like, if I haven't lived that interesting of a life, I guarantee you have. Just sit back and start writing out stories. Okay? Just, oh man, and then this happened. And then I remember there's this story, and then this story. Then what I do is, now that I know the story, how I tell it will be in the Epiphany Bridge script, because it will join the customer or the listener from the place they are into where I'm trying to get them. Okay? Yeah, exactly. And you're going to share the good and the bad. Straight on, Joan, 100%. Can I pay someone to write an emotional story for me to sell to people? I wouldn't. I would not outsource this piece of it. This is a highly massive part of you becoming the attractive character. You can. Right now, I help sell one of Russell's main products, and I rewrote it. Okay. What was the URL to leave a review? Hey, yeah, I would love reviews are how Russell knows that I'm worth my salt, by the way. If you guys want to, go to ofareview.com and give a honest feedback there. I'd love that. Or reviewofa.com. Yeah, I think that they went and they had to fix something on it, so sorry about that. So it should be good to go. Anyways, but I want you to understand that thing. Okay, here's another example of how story amplifies inherent value. Okay, this flag right there. Isn't that funny? This is the rest of my office there. All that's Dream 100 packages, a mini fridge, because, you know. I got a paparazzi wall. There's my camera there. There's a whiteboard. There's my stats TV, so stats can be there. I got 5 whiteboards in here. But anyways, this flag right here, okay? This flag right here is, what do you guys think? How much do you think it is to actually buy that flag at a store? $5, $20, $45. Yeah, we're kind of around that price range, right? Maybe $100, Alexander, for like a designer one or a collection one, right? Depends where it's hung. Yeah, interesting too. Spot on. Okay. Okay, you understand though? It's not that much money. Let's say it's like 25. Let's say $30. Okay, $30 retail in order to go buy that flag in a store. Okay. What do you guys think the manufacturing cost is for that flag, including shipping it to America from China? Okay, yeah, maybe $5, $3, $2.50. Right, we'll say $2. Okay, it can't be more than like $2. They're probably selling it for like 30 or around there. Okay, it's not that much money though. Okay, watch value get amplified. Now that you know what I'm doing, watch this. Okay, check this out. That flag, that flag right there. That flag, there was a senator that was ordered to hang that flag on the White House specifically for me when I got my Eagle Award. Okay, there was a military guy who ordered that flag. Yes, this is a true story. Okay, that's where that flag comes from. I have the certificate to prove it. Okay, everything else I'm telling you is a true story. That one, I'm just telling you guys. This one, fake story. Everything else I tell, these are true stories. But it's the way that I'm telling them. Okay? It's the way that I'm telling them that makes them effective. Okay, but that flag, there was a senator ordered by an officer in the Navy to hang that flag on the White House specifically for me. Then they folded it up. Okay? And they put it in this box. I wish I found the box. And they gave me this 6th certificate as well with it, signed by the senator. Okay? That's a true story. It was my grandfather that ordered a senator to do that. He was a captain in the Navy. He was a spy. He's a cool guy. Anyway, He's a freaking beast. Anyway, so he ordered that when I got my Eagle, and then they flew it in the White House and hung it over to me. Okay, now who wants? It's $30 retail. So who's gonna go and give me $30 for this? Anybody? $30? Right? No. Right? Someone's saying yeah, but like that feels weird now, doesn't it? Right? Why? It's not a bad story. It just doesn't match $30. Right? It's a freaking heirloom now, right? I'm not switching. It's priceless. It's not about me switching up for $30 on that thing now. You guys see what has happened? Story creates context for value to live. There's already inherent value in that flag. Manufacturing costs $2, $3. Our products, your product has inherent value inside of it already. But what amplifies value by giving context is story. It takes it and amplifies it and says, oh my gosh, that's why this is so huge. Okay? Because a bottle of water is just a bottle of water, but a bottle of water in the desert has a different context that is therefore worth more. Context, okay, adds value, amplifies value, explodes it. And so part of the reason why a lot of you guys can't sell for the prices you want to, or part of the reason why a lot of you guys will start being the lowest bidder, is because what you're doing is you're not telling enough story that amplifies value. Okay? True story, okay, that amplifies value. Make sense? It's like a huge point with this whole lesson here. So what today is all about then is about the Epiphany Bridge script. Now the Epiphany Bridge script, one of the reasons why it's in here and one of the reasons we go through it is obviously for it exactly what I was just sharing with you. It sells things, it creates value, it makes people want things, it creates desire. Yeah, exactly. Story amplifies value. Does your story have to be a particular length? 40 minutes, 90 minutes? No. This is a good question though, Andrew. So my stories are, the length is dependent by my ability to keep attention. If I can tell, and it's a sixth sense you'll start to develop as well. But if I can tell and I can feel that people I'm losing them, then I gotta stop. Okay? Only as long as it's interesting, that's the length of my story as I go. Okay? Do you have to tell a story every time you publish? Yes. So that's what I do. Is I'm trying to think of a principle and a story that can give them the aha. Okay? Now, the other reason why a lot of you guys have a hard time selling products, or somebody who's new has a hard time selling, is because of this, right? And this is what Russell goes through a little bit today on today's training. Okay? He says, right, okay, like I'm selling funnels, right? Or offer creation stuff. Or, right, let's keep in the funnel world. I go and I learned for the first time what a funnel is, and I'm like, whoa, funnels are amazing. I need to learn about this stuff, right? And I start learning, and I start learning, and I start learning, and I learned this pesky thing that is both necessary but a double-edged sword called technobabble, right? Vernacular, vocab. I learned terms. Now, that's really good for you when you're learning, but it is a terrible thing to use when you're talking to a new customer of yours. They don't know the vernacular. They don't know vocab of what you're doing, right? I love ketones. I drink them every day. They're awesome. But when someone walks up to me and says, you want some beta-hydroxybutyrate? I was like, that's not how you're going to sell me, man. Don't tell me about beta-hydroxybutyrate. I don't even know what the heck that is. Okay? They're like, well, that's what ketones is. I was like, then just say ketones and explain what that is with an analogy, with a story, with some way to bridge me from where I am, Epiphany Bridge, to the understanding that, oh my gosh, I should go drink ketones. Right? From the understanding of, oh man, this is why I don't sell very well, to, oh my gosh, I need a funnel and a story in order to sell my product well. Okay? If you look at what this challenge is, that's literally what we're doing with you guys. This whole thing is one long Epiphany Bridge where we're helping you realize, I really need a funnel. A lot of you guys already had that epiphany, and you're like, oh man, I just need some help doing it. Okay? You guys getting this a little bit? I tried to tell support about the email crap. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I have no view on the back end of this challenge, by the way. If you guys reach out to me and you're like, I can't log in. Literally, I'm contracted to just get up and teach you guys in more depth what Russell's going through. So you have to reach out with them, okay? So anyways, I just don't see anything at all. Do you use pictures when you're telling stories? Yes, but if I can't, then I will at least bring you into the area that I am. I'm walking down the street. It's raining. I had my thumbs in my backpack, right? It starts to part. I'm seeing, right? And you can feel the humidity from the rain in the air. I'm bringing you there. Now, how many of you guys have walked in the rain before? Right? A lot of you, I'm sure. But I'm talking about the street I was on. Which street are you imagining? You're imagining it? No, 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 no. We're talking about the street I was on. But you're imagining a different street? Like, what? What color backpack was yours? Mine's black with like this kind of padded internal thing on the side. Wait, you were thinking about a different backpack? I didn't talk about the color of the watch. How many of you guys were imagining a platinum colored watch the guy was wearing? Okay? Or how many of you guys were imagining a gold one? That's the point. Story has this power of taking the histories of every one of the listeners and joining them together. So it's my facts, but it's your imagination. Okay? I didn't have to go down to the nth detail on what the watch looked like, what color the fedora was, what his suit was looking like. All right? The street that I'm on, there's a street I'm imagining when I talk about this, but I guarantee you, 100% different than the streets all of you guys were thinking about. Okay? So when I can tell you a story, that's why you have to tell it with the Epiphany Bridge script. It takes the listener and says, hey, all of your past experiences, let's start mashing them in a way so that you can emotionally experience what I did without actually having to go experience it. That's why selling is emotional, not logical. Okay? I'm going to make the listener the protagonist in the story that I'm telling. It's freaking mind control. Mind blowing. Yeah, 100%. This is my favorite lesson. This is big crap, man. This is like the stuff I look forward to every time I do this with you guys. This is marketing, not freaking logos. Okay? Not branding. Branding comes second, meaning like number 99. Branding comes way down the road. What you need is a story and an offer. That's a funnel. Okay? If you've ever sold anything ever, you have a funnel. Most people just never made one on purpose, so they have a bad funnel. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's online or offline. It's a funnel. If I stand up, was that a funnel right there that I just brought you guys through? You guys, right? How many of you guys were like, I really need that book, Steven? How many guys know it's fake and you still want to go buy it? Right? I've never read the book. I want to go buy it again. I've spiked this thing so many times. I'd love to go chat. You know what's funny is, the first time I ever told this, I didn't tell the ClickFunnels staff that I was telling it. They're like, why is he selling on stage? And then half of them went and bought the book. And then what was funny is after the joke was dropped, and I was like, okay, it's just to prove a point here. Stop. Like, your product's got to be good, but like, it's not what sells crap, right? You got to be good at selling, meaning storytelling, right? It was funny is for this book, specifically this book, one of the editors was in the room. I had no idea. And she goes, I didn't know that story about him. That's really bad. I went and I bought it just because I didn't realize that was like that's a side of him I've never seen before, and I helped put. That's crazy. And I was like, no way, that's so crazy. You did say not to buy it. Yeah, only because in the past, many people have bought it and they'll be like, are you going to refund us? I'll be like, absolutely not. And I do not apologize. I just gave you the greatest lesson you've ever had in your life. Okay, be a storyteller. That's what's funny about that book, though. Anyways, hey, so what today's lesson then is understanding the Epiphany Bridge script. Now, Russell's going to bring you through that more in depth. There are specifically 8 questions that will pull out the Epiphany Bridge script from you. So one of the things I recommend doing is write all the questions down, write your answers to them, and then just go delete the questions. Boom, there's your Epiphany Bridge script. Okay? Keep it really simple on yourself as you do it. There's not tons of homework today. Tomorrow we're going to go through and we're going to teach you guys. So I would go catch up because tomorrow we're going to go and we're going to apply it better, more in depth. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys the fake book story. That's what we call that. You got to do the fake book story. That's the fake book story you just experienced. And then the story of the flag. Okay. So you can, after you see the trick, oh, there's the trick. Okay. You can see how story amplifies value way past retail value. Right. Anyway, I think, yeah. Anyways, so every one of my episodes, if you look and see every one of my trainings, everything that I've done here, every challenge, every day, everything that I've put out, everything that Russell's put out, they are all Epiphany Bridge scripts. We have a story. We're leading the mind through the aha. And then there's a principle at the end that we tell you the nugget in. 80% story, 20% nugget. Okay? Does that make sense? So every single time I'm opening my mouth, there's an Epiphany Bridge script coming in. Backstory. Internal, external, right? Then I hit a wall. Oh no, unexpected thing, right? Then I hit a wall. Then I have an epiphany and a plan, then a conflict. Then I have achievement and transformation. Okay, those are the 8. Achievement and transformation with that. Okay, tomorrow what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to pull out your origin story in that format so that when you tell it, it's interesting to listen to. Most of you guys will tell your story like this. I didn't know how to make money, and this dude handed me a book and I read it and like really helped. And like he was wearing wealth. He's like really looked rich. Right? It's like, no, like lead me through the process. You know what I mean? Like, no. And it's not that the other things didn't happen. You just didn't know how to set it up in a way so that the mind goes, what's the book? I need the book. Oh my gosh. What is it? Steven, drop the link. I need the book, right? And it's like, does that make sense? So many of you guys will go in and like the way you're telling the story is like, yeah, like it was really hard for a while, this trial and error. And then this guy gave me a book and I read it and like really helped. Oh man, let me help you learn how to create value on what you already have, right? That's why we're doing this stuff. So beware technobabble, learn the Epiphany Bridge script. I recommend everybody go, it's page 114 in this book. Okay, take this graph and draw it and put it on your wall. Okay, this is one of the biggest, most powerful tools you could ever have in your arsenal ever. Learn this graph, okay? There's the backstory, internal, external desires, right? On the outside, my wife's asking me, is this the one that's going to work? And on the outside, I say things like, yeah, it's a bit of thing. I'm trying to act confident. On the inside, I'm like, ah! That's me following it. That's exactly what I was doing. I don't know if this is going to be the one that works. It's going to be so crazy. Then I hit a wall, and I'm walking out, and I'm feeling extra down. It's really, really rough. And literally, I go and I run, and I hit this guy, or put my hand in the door, and he closes on. Oh, it's so hard, right? Then I have the epiphany when he's like 2040, 2040. That's what you got to do. And I go and I follow his plan, 2040, and things started working. All right, and if I really had kept going, I would have created more conflict. But I started achieving, and there's a does that make sense? It's the way you're telling it. Every single one of you has stories in your life that can follow this. And this is how we do it. Okay? So anyways, that's what I would go do. Draw it out, and little bonus here, little bonus challenge. Start creating a story inventory. That's what we call it, right? When you guys ask questions to me, I know what kind of story is going to break your belief. Why? Because I've done it so many times. And I've looked through my little bag of stories. I'm like, oh, I remember there's an experience in my life when I also had that issue, right? Or I had that fear. Think about what I taught about yesterday with the publishing machine, right? With publishing, those are all my stories. Those are true stories. That's exactly why that's so effective. I know it's the reason so many guys like that lesson a lot. Because I went through a lot of same fears. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. Right? It freaked me out. What's going to happen what if somebody listens to my podcast? And I'm like, isn't that why I'm making it? Right? And so I go and I tell craft stories and I pull things up. Right? When I was doing door-to-door sales, this is to drive the point home. I'm going into an Epiphany Bridge story right now. Okay? Because I can hear naysays in your mind as I say things. Right? I can anticipate what's going on in your head. When I was doing door-to-door sales, I really wanted to be there. I really wanted to prove that I knew how to sell to myself, to others, to everybody. Okay? I did 2 summers of door-to-door sales, and I actually was a telemarketer as well. I apologize on behalf of that entire industry. Okay? Anthony, just common sense. Yeah, sounds like it, but it's not. Okay? Common sense is based on the frame you lived in. Anyways, what's interesting is the reason I got really good at sales so quickly is because I started hearing the same 5 objections over and over. How many of you guys are salesmen? Is it interesting? Right? I'd go, hey, what's up? We're just selling pest control here, blah, 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 blah. And I do my spiel. And what is their job? Their job is to object to the sale. Well, I got to talk to my spouse. Oh, I know that one. Wait, what's my object to spouse story? Oh, here we go. Oh, you know what? Someone else said that, and my wife, she actually is the same way. But then I realized, like, she doesn't like the bugs either, right? I mean, your wife probably doesn't like the bugs. Come on, let's make you the hero. You probably want some brownie points, right? Come on, let's do this. It's 4 or 5 o'clock today better, debit or credit? Then I go straight back in. They're like, oh, okay. Well, is it a contract? Like, oh, he has the contract objection. Which story is my contract story? Oh, here you go. No, we just ask you to pay for the first 2 months so you can kill the egg cycles. Otherwise, it makes no sense why we should go in and actually build, spray your house once. Okay, because it doesn't penetrate eggs and egg sacs, so you got to come back anyway. So after that, it's every quarter so that we can get ahead of them. Does that make sense? Anyway, 4 or 5 better, debit or credit. What works better for you? Right here. Well, I don't know, right? Does that make sense? Like, the best thing you could ever do for your business is to start taking stock of all the objections, all the objections that you hear most commonly. It's going to be the same 5, 10 things you hear over and over again. Okay? Then it's your role to figure out why they're saying that, and then the story that you know will break and rebuild that. Break and rebuild that belief. Break and rebuild this talk to spouse belief. Break and rebuild. This is sales, okay? This is the act of sales, overcoming objections and presenting the offer. Okay? Marketing is the storytelling part of that. Sales is presenting the offer and overcoming objections. Closing is the act of reasons to act now. Logical reasons to act now. It's emotional, but they still think it's logical. Okay? That's what we're doing this. Okay? So when you watch what I'm doing, every time I see one of your comments, every time I'm looking to see, oh crap, what story do I have that I could pop out and toss? Okay? The better you are at doing this, you go watch every single word on the onefunnelaway.com page. This is what we're doing. Okay? I'm going to present the offer. Why don't you get on for $100? We're going to send out a book. We're going to send out a package. We're going to send all this cool stuff to you guys. It's going to be really, really awesome. But you're also going to get a challenge with this, with live daily coaching from Steven and live videos from Russell. And Julie's going to walk you through, right? And then why are we saying that though? Okay, it is an answer to an objection. And the objection is, well, this is really cool, Steven and Russell, but what if I get stuck? Don't worry about it. We have this really cool story, and with it, we're also going to give you daily live coaching. Make sense? So start taking stock of the major objections you hear when you present your offer to somebody, then craft stories. There it is. There's the trick. That's the trick. You want to make millions? Done. Okay, that's it. Then all funnel building is different ways and variations of presenting that. Okay, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer objections that I can most likely foresee they will have when they see it. There's my sales copy. Okay, there's me presenting the offer. It doesn't matter if it's high ticket, middle, or low ticket, free, stuff on my podcast or whatever you're publishing. Okay, that's the secret. That's the secret. We're all storytellers. Okay, we pull experiences from our past that break and rebuild beliefs, break and rebuild objections, at the same time make us find our voice better, at the same time make us be the attractive character of our business, at the same time amass a following that we can go and say, what do you guys want? We want this! And then we go build it and give it to them. It's really easy. Okay, there's the secret. Yeah? How do you manage not to be rambling hobo as opposed to the stingy talker? You get better with time. I mean, I've literally published over 300 episodes, let alone all the stages I've talked on, let alone how many thousands of hours I've done this now. You guys getting this? That's what we're all doing. So from here on out, whenever I see you give an objection, whenever you see, like, why are the lessons crafted in a way that they are? Those of you who are coming to Funnel Hacking Live, which by the way, they only have like 600 tickets left. Okay, seriously, just go buy it. It's better than my entire marketing degree. I'm not saying that. I don't get any commission for that. I'm just saying, okay, Funnel Hacking Live is better than my entire marketing degree. It's the most pure form of marketing I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's really freaking cheap, okay? Nowhere else are you going to get those kinds of people coming on and talking with you. But what are they doing? Telling stories. Why? It's in anticipation of the objections you'll have. That's it. The entire event is an epiphany bridge. Most people be like, just get people to come on up and talk. Like, okay, yeah, we do that. But it's the reason we spend literally months planning the structure and the layout of all of Funnel Hacking Live. Okay? My own event was the same, right? Anytime I do anything, it's that same way. I write down at the top, here's what I'm going to give them. And then I play devil's advocate with myself about my own stuff. Well, Steven, that offer sucks, and I will not do it because of this, and whiny thing this, and whiny thing that, and I'm not qualified, and I don't have resources, and I'm going through vehicle, internal, external objections. And that's it. Okay? And then I think through what the most top likely ones will be, and it'll be easier the better you know your customer to figure out what those are. And then I go through and I just figure out stories to tell them, break and rebuild them, and then that literally is one of the major things on why almost all my funnels work out the gate now. Because I do that every single time, free or paid. Okay. Can we see your shirt, please? Yeah, this is the OUR funnel hacker shirt. Oops, on this side. Yep. Anyways, so I was spending tons more at FHL. Well, it's your decision. What I'm trying to help you understand is like that's what is going on. Okay, I'm just open your eyes to it. Every single movie preview. I'm sorry, I just ruined it for you. You're gonna watch an Epiphany Bridge. Okay, a reason we are emotionally invested inside of that. Okay, every single time you go buy something. Okay, whether or not there's like, hey, here's a really cool Epiphany Bridge story. There's still a story in your head as to why you're buying that. I'm gonna go buy a kiwi. I'm in the produce aisle. Well, I'm gonna buy this kiwi because really interesting belief attached to a story or experience I've had in my past. Okay, this is marketing. All right, guys. See you guys later. See you tomorrow. Go do the thing. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to jump more into your origin story. I'm going to teach you guys how to pull that out of yourselves in a way that is interesting for others to listen to and sells your crap at the same time. What's up? Talk about an amazing promise. What's up? All right. Guys, see you later. Again, if you liked this, please, 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 it really does help me. It is what tells Russell, oh, Steven's actually worth the salt. Doesn't just have massive eyeballs. Go to ofareview.com and leave a review there. Would be really helpful. Awesome. We'll see you guys later. Bye.